I don't know about you, but I just love going for walks. It just gives me so many new ideas, and it's just a place to, I want to say, recalibrate my brain. All the thoughts are going around in my head as I look at the birds and the trees, and I just find myself lost. Do you ever do that? Well, one day I had this conversation with a woman, and it just didn't go the way I wanted, you might say. And I was finding myself in a little pity party. I knew it. And I was trying to evaluate, why am I going here? I always find it was a certain circumstance where I felt on defensive, and maybe I felt she was being mean to me. And I can go there a lot where I feel sorry for myself. So I was trying to process this and coach myself on it, and I found myself going in my mind and visualizing a garden. And I'll call it my mental garden. And before me was this giant, deep, rich soil in my brain. And it was surrounded by a white picket fence. I don't know why I have a white picket fence, but I like them, I guess. And so in my brain, I had this giant garden in my mind with this rich, deep soil. And I imagined that my soil was scattered with all the human emotions that one person could have. You just think when you're born, you have so much potential for emotions. Humans just, I mean, can you imagine? Can you even name all the emotions we could possibly have? It would just go on for pages. We're just so complex. And I'm thinking, we probably have just seeds scattered in our emotional gardens, that deep, rich soil. But what causes them to grow? And what caused me to go to my pity party? I had to think of that too. And when I thought of it, I thought, you know what? My pity party was me in the corner of that garden. And what I imagined were blackberries in that corner. And the blackberries were growing from the thoughts I was using to water the seed I was having of pity, self-pity, that feeling. And I was enjoying it because I was eating those berries. Just sitting there eating those blackberries, feeling sorry for myself and thinking about all the things that woman said that I just made me so victimized. Why did she say that? Why does this always happen? Those kind of thoughts. And I did kind of enjoy it. And it just got me thinking about that blackberry plant in the corner of my garden. I had other seeds growing in my garden. I had some daisies, some yellow daisies growing. And those were watered by other thoughts, not thoughts of pity, not thoughts of why did she do that? Why does this happen to me? But other thoughts of, oh, I love the birds, I love flowers, I love life. And those daisies were growing really nicely. And there were other seeds growing as well of self-acceptance. I imagine a big self-acceptance tree in the middle. When I was encouraging myself with, oh, Teresa, you've got this. You really did that. Or, boy, you're really active. You ran today. And that just helped me accept myself. So that was going well in my garden. But I also understood that if I stayed in my corner of self-pity too long, that the blackberries would create vines and they would go around my garden and they would strangle out the other plants that were growing. And that's what was happening in that moment. Was I couldn't feel the happiness was coming and going with the other flowers, but this pity just kept choking those feelings out because I was just not being able to get out of it. And that's something I just want you all to think about, is your mind is your garden. And in that mind, you have emotions, seeds of emotion. And only you can water those seeds of emotion. If you choose to sit in the corner and indulge in negative emotions, that's your choice. And we all have them. We can all have negative emotions. We have weeds in our garden that grow. And we need to process them. We need to allow those feelings and grow. But if we stay in the corner and indulge and just keep eating those berries, those blackberries or whatever other fruit you've got going, that vine can choke out the other emotions in your life. And no one else can be the gardener in your garden. Your gate is locked. Your husband can't make you happy. That is fueled by your thoughts. You make yourself happy. Your husband can offer you thoughts. He can come to your garden with flowers. But it's up to you whether you accept those thoughts he offers you and bring them into your garden to water your flowers with. Same goes with you, with other people. You could offer them encouragement. You could offer them positive thoughts at their gate. But you have no control over whether or not they're going to receive your flowers that you offer them. For me, that woman offered me weeds, and I chose to take them in. I chose her weeds, and I chose to bring them into my garden and think about them and nurture them in my little corner. I planted the blackberries. I nurtured the blackberries. The seed was already there, but I nurtured them and I helped them to grow. We all have a choice. What do we want to nurture in our emotional garden? Do we want to nurture weeds? Or do we want to nurture self-acceptance? Do we want to nurture happiness? Do we want to nurture excitement, enjoyment, or sadness? Sometimes we need to be sad, but we don't have to stay there. We can process it, and then we could move on through the garden and water some other seeds. Think about that today. What will you nurture? Talk to you later. Bye.